Hey guys, Daniel here. Been a while, but got another video for you. This tractor here, International AW6 Super, is the first tractor I ever drove, and it's the first tractor that my old man bought about, how long's he had it now? 36, 38 years or something. He actually used that and a mate's D4 to clear some of the land out here, and yeah, I've never really driven it with the blade on there before. We've had the blade off for years because it doesn't steer as sharp and the steering's heavy. There's no power steering and whatnot. Um, but we've actually sold it onto a bloke that was after a tractor with a blade. We don't really use it much anymore. We sort of were going to hold it for sentimental reasons, but I mean, if someone else is going to use it, may as well let them use it. Never know, might buy it back in the future. Yeah, it's International AW6 Super. I believe the Super has a slightly larger engine to the standard. I believe the chassis is the same. Built in Australia, Victoria, in the Geelong factory back in the 50s, which Geelong is only half an hour away from here, and the international proving ground is not too far from here, so it's kind of a cool one to keep up. I'll get it back another day. So it has, I don't normally have blades on them. I've never personally seen one with a blade on it before, although they do exist. And this is the larger factory blade. There might be some aftermarket ones. And obviously it's mounted on the front. A lot of them have 3-point linkage setups. So it's got this big frame under here that's bolted into the side railing and up under the gearbox there. You can see your push arms are pivoting off here, and then you've got this extra frame up here to hold the ram. You can change the height of this frame, so the blade probably only goes about 4 inches lower than there. Otherwise you could raise it up a few inches. Lower the frame a few inches if you wanted to dig deeper, but I mean, they're not a bulldozer, so they don't really shift much. And the blade is actually angled and tilted, all manually. There's a pivot down in here. You can see on each end, you can undo this and angle the blade, or tilt the blade, and then you can offset the blade by taking this channel here and taking this pin out. The whole blade will slide out depending on what side you put it in. Is obviously what it'll angle off to, and then you pin this back in, and then you can get your offset. I think originally these unbolted, it might have shifted as well, but they've been welded on. I'd angle the blade, but it's kind of heavy and awkward. You gotta lift the. Well, I could probably undo it and back away from it. That's probably. I'll see how I go. So normally we just have the ram just sitting in there, and the blade just detached, and all you do is you just knock these pins out, and you get the blade up on something, because this frame underneath a big, can you see it? A big angle. So if you leave it up there, you've got to drive over the top of this, which is the wheels in the way. So we lift the front up, getting this down, and then put blocks of timber and you just drive up over it. I think I took a video of Dad attaching it on there. Easy. Hydraulics are driven off the gearbox input shaft, so as soon as you put your foot on the clutch, you've got no hydraulics, which is a bit annoying if you're pushing into something and then wanting to back up, or you want to stop and then raise the blade. You got to stop, put it in neutral, raise it. But I mean, that's what they had. And I think once you get your head around it, it'll work. The we got here's the controls. It's just plumbed into. There's a pump down the gearbox. That's what this lever is actuating, and then this is your flow direction. It's sort of all just bolted down in there. Now you can see taps on the side here. So we've got taps here, and we've got taps here, because the 3-point linkage is run off the same pump, and you can't run both. Well, I guess if you had both taps open, you could run both at the same time, but they would literally, you pull the lever back, the blade would go up, the high 3-point linkage would go up, and vice versa. So not real practical. So you've got to open and close taps depending on whether you want to use the blade or if you want to use your 3-point linkage. And I can show you how that works later. It's pretty simple. You just open taps, close taps. It's petrol Kero. Dad said he did run it on Kero back in the day. So you've got big Kero tank here, small petrol tank here. Can we see it? You can just see it there. So you would start it up on petrol. This linkage here goes to flaps that close off the airflow to the radiator. So I think you start up on petrol and get it warmed up, and then you run it on Kero. This one does not have a magneto. The earlier ones have magnetos, and Dad has put a Holden 6-cylinder alternator on it somewhere up there, because it works better than the original generator. Yeah, there's not much else to it. I think the American versions of these are very much the same. Actually, my crane over there is a W6, which is an American version of one of these. So there's our controls. Let me stand up here. So you've got this lever, pulled up, lock it into there. That's the hydraulic pump running. That's not running. And then you've got pull back, blade up, blade down, or if you're running off these other taps, you've got your 3-point linkage working. And that's just your lever there for the PDO drive. I've never understood why it has several notches here, because it's just in or out dog clutch, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, righto. Well, guess we'll start it up. I'll show you the controls, and then it's pretty wet up the back, but should be able to go push something with it before she's sent away. Righto. Alright, start the old girl up. No choke because I've had it running. Now, let me get on the seat here. So we got, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but you can sort of hear when the pump runs. The pump's running, so you pull back. Up she goes. Down she goes. Should have enough. Lift the front off. So I think that's 4 or 6 inches or something below the ground level. And then grab a look how high it goes. So that's high as it goes, and then you can mount the frame a couple inches lower, so it'll obviously go lower than higher. But there seems to work pretty good. Now you've got the blade working, but you obviously don't want to use the blade, or you happen to have something on the back as well, and if you do the controls, nothing will happen. So you've got to turn your pump off, close these tabs up, and reach in here, open these tabs up, and they'll direct the flow to the ram under the seat. Just reach that one. Back on, and then you've got 3-point linkage and no blade. And then we go back, you just close these tabs up, which I mean, they don't take very long, so I guess if you wanted to cycle between the two, it's not that much of a pain in the ass. Once you get used to it, it's bloody, don't really notice you're even doing it, but obviously compared to a modern setup, bloody a bit slower and awkward. And that's it. Pump back on. And you got your blade again. I'll see how I go with offsetting it. Give me a sec. Alright, so I've never actually done this before, but come that hard, so this pin's going to come out. That pin can stay there for now, then we'll back up. Get that down a little bit. Now if I back up, it should come away. Just gotta work out how far. Definitely much easier with 2 people. Now I'm just gonna get that thing out, which is stuck in there. Alright, so we got that setting, that angle, and then we'll go to the next hole. I don't believe it should be using that. I think that's maybe just something else. So we'll go to this hole here. So in theory, maybe if that, no, I won't say that. I'll back up more. Definitely a 2-man job to make it easier. This is close. Give me a sec. I decided I couldn't be bothered putting the pin in because I'm only going to take it out again. So that's your angle. So you would have this pin in there, and yeah, it just spaces it out. So I think it meant to be using more this side, but I guess in theory it could use that side too. And then, I mean, the corner of the blade does drop down because there's not much holding it now, because it's not like it's bolted in place. But yeah, that's your angle. Better than nothing. Alright, so straighten this up. I should be able to just drop it down, take all that out, drive forward, close this up, put the pin in. I'll sit you down for a sec and I'll put it back together. Alright, got that frame out, drive forward until this closes up, adjust the blade a bit. Come on there, hopefully. Find out. Alright, should be able to drop that in there. And just straighten up again. Right, go push them down.